been fucking hoes and popping pillies, man, I feel just like a rock star.
Welcome to Monaco for this weekend's Formula One Grand Prix. It's a race that is truly steeped in history, but before the drivers turn their attention to winning, they first need to get through today's tricky practice session. Lowes Hairpin is the slowest corner of any track on the Formula One calendar. It's taken at just 48 kilometers an hour, but provides a stunning view on the first lap as the entire grid bunges up and tiptoes through the corner, hoping not to leave any carbon fibre parts behind.
This is such a tight bend that a special steering rack is used just to get around this very corner, as the cars would not normally be able to make the turn. There is the possibility of overtaking through Lowes, but more often than not, you'll end up damaging your car.
Hey guys, my name's CJ Gaming and today I'm back with another video, and today I'm back with part 6 of my Saving Vandoorne career mode here in Monaco for the Monte Carlo Grand Prix. A very tricky Grand Prix, as you can see there, we've had a little bit of a mistake there. But yeah, tight, twisty street circuit, that's the Monaco that I know. But fortunately, it should help our car out a little bit, because our car's, there's not really much power, like you don't really need that much power on this track. Danny Rick in real life managed to win the Grand Prix without even having a bloody engine, well, like a fully working engine. So hopefully we should be able to get a good result here. I mean, if we can get in front of everyone, do like a less pit stops as well. Track position is key, so less pit stops will also mean that we're ahead of other cars. So yeah, we should be able to like win, well, get better points at least anyway. But in practice, our fastest lap time was P8, but that was only on the super soft tyres, so not the fastest tyres, the slowest actually. So P8 is actually pretty good, but qualifying is where we need a good qualifying. Qualifying is really important here. So speaking of which, let's go into qualifying for the Monaco Grand Prix, and hopefully we can get a very good position. We need to be at least in the top 10, but there's time for qualifying.
We're here at the magical Circuit de Monaco for one of the most challenging qualifying sessions on the Formula One calendar. Who can add their name to the illustrious list of Monte Carlo pole sitters here today? I want to talk briefly about the strategy in these qualifying sessions. Anthony Davidson, how can a driver adjust their approach to gain those critical extra tenths of a second?
Well, qualifying isn't about adjusting your approach necessarily, it's more about trying to repeat a low fuel run that you've practiced prior to this session. You're looking for perfection on the lap, and that's hard to achieve if you're trying something new. There are some variables that can stand in your way, however. Track position or unexpected yellow flags, for example. Coupled with ever-changing track conditions, it's important to be out there at the right moment. But as a driver, you have to try and ignore these distractions and just keep your mind focused on that one perfect lap.
So here we are in Q1, setting our first lap time of a 1:13.2, which puts us P3. We are going to set another lap time, which is going up to the line. It's going to be, I'm not sure what time, a 1:12.7, I'm pretty sure that is. It is us P12, which is quite worrying. Like, it's us into Q2, but Q3 might be a challenge, because we need to get through. But Lance Stroll, Brendan Hartley, Gasly, Sorokin and Ericsson are the cars out. But into Q2, setting our first flying lap here, and we're going to set a 1:13.1, which actually puts us P2 ahead of the Hasgrove of Grosjean. Up to the line to start our first, second flying lap in this qualifying session. We're currently P14. We're already up green as we go into turn 1. We've hit the barrier on the exit there. We're purple in the first sector, which is fantastic, but we do go very, very deep in the hairpin there. Now through to back into the car swimming pool section. We're going really faster by a couple of tenths, but up to the line. Where's it going to be for Q3? Are we going to be through? I think we are. I think that's P6 it says on the steering wheel. Yes, it is. So we're up into Q3 as we managed to get into P6. So that is fantastic. Fernando Alonso also managed to get through, but Charles Leclerc's out, so is Grosjean and Magnussen. They're the cars out. I'm not sure what the other two cars are. But we're into Q3 for, is that the first time this season? No, it's the second time. Second or third time this season, I'm not sure. But yeah, we've had a little little mistake here on our first flying lap. We hit the barrier, nearly ploughed into the barrier at the hairpin. We just managed to keep it, but we're going to set that lap time, and it's going to be a 1:15.3, which is diabolical. So yeah, this is our hopefully our fastest lap of the weekend. So let's start our lap. We're currently already faster, but well, we're down actually on some time there. We cut the first corner a tad. You're 18 seconds before everyone needs to start their lap, otherwise they are finished and won't get their lap in. Through the casino square. Oh, we're out by a couple of, I think that says a tenth or something like that. It's really blurry, so I can't really see. We don't go deep into the hairpin, which is fantastic. Into the second hairpin, we are getting a little bit of time. We've hit the barrier on the exit though, which is not good. That's going to leave us some time, which is not good. We've hit the barrier as well in the double right-hand section there. But through the tunnel, we're a couple of attempts up. I think is that a second up? I'm pretty sure that says a second up. I'm not really sure. Into the chicane, we can get really close to that barrier on the left-hand side. Now through to back. Flat out, is it? No, we just lift off a tad. We could have done that flat out probably, but flat out through there. Flat out through this bit, apart from a little lift maybe. But now into whatever corner this is. Anthony knows this next corner is. Through the final corner, we clip the barrier. A little bit of a rear end loss there. Danny Rick goes faster, but Sebastian Vettel beats that with 1:12.11. We go P4. We managed to qualify P4 for the Monaco Grand Prix. That is fantastic. I'm not sure what time we set. We set a 1:11.4. So that's great. Fernando also comes 10th with a 1:30. Is that 1:12? A 1:12.4. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's a 1:12.4. So we've actually done bits in that qualifying session. That was a very, very good lap. Fernando Alonso unfortunately is 10th, which is probably the worst place to start with any place in the grid. Well, actually, I say that, but it's Monaco, so Monaco is anywhere that isn't last is best. Last is definitely the worst because you have to there's hardly anywhere to overtake, which is a bit of a shame, and that's one of the downfalls of this game. But anyway, we are in with P4 for the Monaco Grand Prix, so hopefully we can convert this into some very decent points. After Baku, we need some decent points. We had a decent round of points in Spain, but Baku's definitely needed more points. After that result, we need more points. But anyway, let's go into the race for the Monaco Grand Prix here in Monte Carlo.
Welcome to one of the most iconic race circuits on the Formula One calendar. It's tight, it's tricky, and there's absolutely no room for error. We're getting ready for lights out here in Monte Carlo. We're on the French Riviera once more this weekend at the 2-mile-long Circuit de Monaco. The cars climb around 40 metres up through Beau Rivage, onto the casino, and then descending down towards the harbour through Sector 2. It's a very short run from pole position to the first of the 19 corners here, 7 to the left and 11 to the right. There's one single DRS zone as well, so don't expect that to make overtaking any easier today. So as we look ahead to what I hope will be a very entertaining race, I have to ask Anthony Davidson what you expect to see in terms of strategy today. I mean, do you expect a lot of tyre management? A lot of fuel management?
Well, don't we always? I don't expect these are going to be any more important than usual, if I'm honest. What I do expect, however, are a lot of drivers getting into the pits early for some kind of undercut on fresh rubber. If you can pit before the person in front, have a good stop and drive a blistering outlap, there may be 1 or 2 seconds to be gained. If anyone gets stuck behind another car, for example, that will be the go-to strategy, surely.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, with Daniel Ricciardo slotting in alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Raikkonen, Vandoorne, Valtteri Bottas and Verstappen, Hamilton, Sainz, Perez and Fernando Alonso, Ocon, Leclerc, Romain Grosjean and Magnussen, Hülkenberg, Stroll, Brendan Hartley and Pierre Gasly, Sirotkin and Marcus Ericsson rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
So here we are, sat on the grid ahead of the Monaco Grand Prix. And the engineers put me on a 2-stop strategy, the hypersoft, super ultra softs, ultra softs. But I'm messing about here. We can actually, like, well, we could have done the 1-stop strategy there. But it'd be a bit slower. So we're actually going to extend the hypersoft tyres a little bit to like lap 10, I'm pretty sure it says. And then we extended the second stint, well, the first stint of ultra softs a little bit further. So we have less time on the first, well, the first set of tyres. We're going on the second set ultra soft set. But yeah, gained us a couple of temps. Predicted time, which is good. Well, any time's better, really. We need a lot of time. Yeah, we got the 2 Red Bull. Well, one of the Red Bulls ahead of us and the 2 Ferraris. We need to get if we want to get a podium, we need to get past them as soon as possible. But they'll probably stay on the back of us anyway. But yeah, with being in P4, I'm expecting to just lose positions. I'm not expecting to gain any positions. Would be nice, but it's going to be a challenge to even hold on to P4. But anyway, hopefully we can keep hold of P4. But we line up on the grid ahead of the Monaco Grand Prix. As everyone, there's our teammate in P10 with a Force India right behind him. But we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights for the Monaco Grand Prix. And lights out, and away we go for the creme de la creme of the F1 season. The lights on this game take forever. We're already side by side with the Red Mercedes. He's already trying to go at us, but we've managed to keep the position from Bottas. It is. We've managed to keep ahead of him, and well, the AI in front of us are already gone. They're not holding back. But now lap 11 already, we're coming to pits because nothing's happened. We've literally been able to hold on to P11. The leaders have gone. We've created a little train with Bottas and a little bit next Verstappen and faster cars. The cars that aren't as fast as us have just dropped back. And basically, we're in a little tiny island. Me and Bottas and a couple of other cars. But we're coming in for a pit stop on lap 11. We did, I think we went a lap extra. We're currently P16. But hopefully we don't catch any traffic by the time it's before our next pit stop. But speaking of which, lap 13, we managed to catch Ericsson. We've also moved up into P15, but we're going to go into P13, 14 actually, on lap 14. And we're up in, well, we've moved past Ericsson. We're going to go round the outside of Gasly here, are we? Unless he's going to pull into the pits. Sorokin pulls into the pits. Gasly stays out for an extra lap. We're up the inside into the final corner. And we're up in P12 for the Monaco Grand Prix. As well as Grosjean in the pit as well. Here is Bottas, who was right behind us. Are we going to be able to get out in front of him? Round our first corner. We've just managed to get out in front of the Finnish driver, which is fantastic. The undercut has kind of worked, kind of not. Bottas has got so much more pace than us, so that's why he's like still behind. Like, he would have been in front of us if we didn't undercut, basically. So the undercut helped us stay ahead of the Finnish driver, but unfortunately we're just really close to him. But Hartley there, I'm not sure what really was going on there as I tried to overtake him into the chicane. We're up at P8, and now we're looking forward to P7, which is this Grosjean or Magnussen? I'm pretty sure it's Magnussen. We had a little bit of contact through the chicane. He's let go, like, we go side by side through to back, which is fantastic, but we've managed to get the position, and we're up into P7 for the Monaco Grand Prix. This traffic is holding us up so much, but the good thing is, it's holding Bottas up as well. So, we need, like, this is great. It's holding us up, indeed. But Bottas is also getting held up. But we're up into P6 now. On lap 32, we are going to look up for P5. Yes, we are. We've got Esteban Ocon as Daniel Ricciardo, the fastest lap. We've got Esteban Ocon next up in P4. And he's yet to pit. A little bit of contact with the wall there. He's yet to pit. But we're going to have a little look at him on lap 33. Into the chicane. And we managed to get an extra position back there. Let's have another look at this on board. With the side halo cam kind of thing. I'm not really sure what to call it. We have a little bit of contact with the wall on the exit of the tunnel there. But here we are, we cut the corner there a little bit, which is a bit of a shame. But we managed to get P4 from the French driver, and we're back up to where we was before we pitted. But now at 46, we're in for our final pit stop. Where is Bottas? Is Bottas pitted this lap? I'm really not sure. Hopefully he is, because otherwise he's going to have the, we're going to have the overcut on him. Undercut, I mean. But it's also going to mean that he might be able to gain some extra time on us if we get stuck in traffic. I mean, yeah. But anyways, teammates got past me into P6. We come out in P7, which is fantastic if we stay right where we are now, which is great. So, but yeah, anyway, on the map I noticed some yellow flags. This is my teammate and one of the, I think it's Sebastian Vettel. Not really sure what's going on here, but Alonso's just parked it off the side of the track. And he's lost a lot of positions there, so that's great. Great from you, Fernando. But now at 55, we've caught Hamilton into the final section of the track. And we're up into P6 as we've got Esteban Ocon still in front of us. Who's in P4? Is there someone in the pit? I'm not sure. But about 57 now into turn 1. Under brakes. We've just managed to keep out of the barrier. And we've moved up into P5. It's Charles Leclerc who's in P4. Who's yet to go for his second pit stop. But speaking of which, we managed to catch him out very fast. And he's also pulled into the pits, which is great. But unfortunately, we've got some lapped cars in front of us. So hopefully they don't hold us up. Bottas is nowhere to be seen right now. Not really sure where Bottas is. But we're now lapping our teammate. Which is a bit of a shame. This could have been a great Grand Prix. Started P10. This could have been a great Grand Prix. But we let Danny Rick go past us now. But yeah, it could have been a great Grand Prix for us. But Danny Rick wins the Monaco Grand Prix. And we're going to come home from fucking fantastic P4. Like, P4 for the McLaren. Stoffel Vandoorne getting a P4. Never would I thought that would have ever come out of my mouth. But it has. So that's amazing. Danny Rick getting the win. Sebastian Vettel was second. Kimi Raikkonen was third. Oh my god. That's fantastic. That is P4. That is almost as good as a win. And it's only Monaco. Monaco is not really that good of a track for me. But the car kind of suits it, which kind of gave us a really good advantage this Grand Prix. Over the main midfield anyway. Yeah, the top teams were a lot faster than us. Look at that, we're like 30. Well, we got lapped. And we're P4, so that's how fast the Red Bulls were. So, yeah, we're kind of not as good as them, but we definitely could be worse. Fernando Alonso actually got a penalty for, I think, that collision, though. But we've moved up into P7 in the Drivers' Championship. We've also moved up into P4 in the Constructors' Championship with that good result from me. Unfortunately, Fernando Alonso didn't get any points as he come 19th with those penalties, which is fucking frustrating. Toro Rosso's moved ahead of Williams, even though neither of them got points yet, which is very weird. I'd expect Toro Rosso to at least got some points by now, but they haven't, so that's a bit of a shame. That's a bit unfortunate, really. Race director, let's have a look. Are we going to have a look at what happened to Alonso here? Well, there's a lot of incidents, really. Wow, a lot of incidents happening. Where did Fernando get his penalty? There it is. Stop ignoring blue flags. But anyway, that's what he got a penalty for. But anyway, I'll be seeing this game, and I'll see you in Canada for the 7th episode of Career Mode. Bye.